All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Regional Black Business Showcase. We are excited to be able to bring another Black Business Showcase to Hampton Roads. This is in partnership with the Connect 757 and Black Brand. I am Verlaine Quinney. I'm the founder and CEO of the Connect 757, and we're the premier social networking organization for Hampton Roads Black young professionals. Blair will be joining us later, and she is the president and co-founder of Black Brand, which is the Hampton Roads Black Chamber of Commerce. So we are excited to be doing this in partnership together. We do want to thank our sponsors, which are Newport News Economic Development, Newport News Commissioner of the Revenue, Norfolk Economic Development, and Bloom Co-working. Before we jump off with our showcase, we want our judges to go ahead and introduce themselves. First up, we have Josh.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm Josh with Innovative Twists and Kids and Biz. I look forward to hearing all your pitches. Don't be scared, have fun. This is fun for us. So, there's nothing to worry about.
Thank you, Josh. Tiffany.
Morning, everybody. My name is Tiffany Boyle. I'm the Commissioner of the Revenue for the City of Newport News. I'm going to disagree with Josh. You should be scared. No, I'm joking. No, yeah, have a good time. I've heard some of your pitches already, so I'm just excited to hear everybody else's as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. And Alexandria.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Alexandra Davis. I am the owner and CEO of Milestone Mental Health Agency located in Portsmouth, Virginia. I'm excited to hear about your pitches. Don't be nervous. You are the best experts. So I'm looking forward to hearing your information about your agencies.
Awesome. Thank you, judges. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. First up, we have Miss Danelle Parker. And do you need to share your screen, Danelle?
I do. And
All
so
right.
I am preparing to do that with you all right now.
Okay. And once you get your screen up, just let me know when you're ready, and then we'll start your 5 minutes.
Let's see. I am getting ready to go into my little presentation mode here. And can you guys see that full screen? Okay.
No, it's in
okay.
Presentation, not in presentation mode.
Now it's in presentation mode. Okay, awesome. So whenever you're ready for me to go, just let me know. Ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you to Black Brand and the Black Business Showcase and Connect 757 for the invitation to share some information about my business, my programs, and workshops. I am Danelle Parker, the founder and CEO of Exquisite Ladies by Design Incorporated, a leadership development program for girls ages 5 to 18 and young women between the ages of 19 to 35 years old. I've spent over 25 years working with inner city youth via the juvenile justice system and via national, state, and community and private youth programs. So a little bit more about me. I'm a business development strategist who equips small business owners and nonprofit organizations with the skills necessary to successfully build thriving, profitable enterprises. With over a decade of experience as a consultant and coach, and after helping organizations generate more than 10 million in operation and program funding, my passion for entrepreneurship entrepreneurial excellence, shines through as I help individuals and organizations to prosper in their purpose. Okay, so one way that I do that is by offering workshops. And so one statement that I hear, and the main question that everybody mainly asks me is that, well, I want to start a youth program or a nonprofit, but how do I get started? So what I decided to do was to put all of that information in this trusty guide here. And I don't know if you guys can see that. You can't see me holding it up. You can see it behind me, but it's called the Complete Guide to Effective Youth Impact. And after several years of hearing those questions, I needed to put everything in one place. So within my book and within my workshops, what I do is I discuss determining your business structure, your, sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, LLC, which one is the best for you, and helping you to make sure that you know the difference between nonprofit and for-profit and which one will fit. We talk about managing your purpose, the advantages and disadvantages of nonprofit organizations, how to form one, your nonprofit governance, and of course, those important bylaws. I also discuss targeting for impact, defining who your target market is, your program analysis and your program models, and conducting needs assessments, and discussing different program types that will work best for you. So from there, I go into effective youth program models and how to assemble your team, which is extremely important, and building your board of directors and your volunteer management team. How do you retain those people that are working with you, and for your continued staffing needs, and preparing your business or your nonprofit for success. We also discuss community collaborations and partnerships, the advantages and disadvantages of collaborating, the different types of collaborating, and those oh so important collaborative agreements that need to be put in place if you're going to be partnering with someone. So I move on from there to funding program activities, which is extremely important, because how are you going to fund your program? So we discuss common nonprofit funding, funding diversification, fund development plans, and how to increase your chances of obtaining funding. And I also talk about communicating your purpose to your stakeholders. How do you build your brand? That is extremely important. Identifying your target audience and developing a communications plan, especially right now with COVID-19 going on in the middle of a pandemic, you need to be able to have a crisis communication plan as well. So I also talk about connecting your vision through technology. How does technology benefit your organization? Securing your data. We talk about mobile digital devices and accounting and donor software that are important. And last but not least, evaluating your impact. We go into qualitative versus quantitative reporting, the types of evaluations that are necessary, your evaluation reporting that you're going to be asked to do from your grant organizations, and your different evaluation tools and methods. Okay, so just to kind of wrap this up, starting a nonprofit can be challenging, but at Exquisite Ladies by Design, I like to help develop and customize youth programs that fit an organization's purpose to keep the doors open and to keep the youth engaged. So visit my website, exquisiteladies.org, to learn more about our youth program offerings and to register for our upcoming workshops. Hard copies of the Effective Youth Guide to the Complete Guide to Effective Youth Impact can be found on my website at www.exquisiteladies.org. You can also purchase the book on Amazon.com. You can download electronic copies at payhip.com. So I look forward to working with you all, and get ready to have a program that's effective and impactful. So register today at exquisiteladies.org. Thanks, guys.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Danelle. My alarm was just going off. I'm gonna open it up to judges. You guys have 2 minutes for questions to ask Danelle.
So if you were to win today, what would you do with the funds?
As any entrepreneur would do, I would most likely wrap those funds back into my nonprofit organization. As everyone here knows, it is funding is hard to come by, but again, reaching out to either using the funds to have young ladies participate in the program, or being able to elaborate on some of my offerings so that I can reach a broader audience.
Awesome.
We have another minute. Is there another question from one of the judges?
I have a question.
Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. It was a lot of information, but my question would be, I know with the funds, you say when you win them, you will wrap everything in your nonprofit. what other funding source do you have to keep yourself afloat?
Okay, being an entrepreneur. Okay, so first source of funding is, of course, my pocketbook. Okay, the second source of funding is partnerships with other organizations, other donors, you know, individual donors who like what it is that I'm offering. They also sponsor girls within the program, and programs such as this, you know, making sure that you continue to apply for grant funding to keep the doors open, keep the programs going, and offer resources to the community. So those are my main ways of making sure that that I do that. But of course, grants are always great because the pocketbook can get hit kind of hard sometimes. So every grant is welcomed.
All right, thank you so much, Janelle. We're gonna go ahead and move on to business number 2. Business number 2 today is gonna be Cherie Williams. You can go ahead and share your screen. And just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready. All right, good morning. My name is Cherie Williams. I'm the owner of Uncommon Redesigns, and I transform used furniture. I create home decor. I host creative workshops, and I give back to the community. In 2016, I was pregnant, and I just started working on my baby's nursery. I went on Pinterest, and I pinned all the ideas. And when it came down to actually executing and purchasing the furniture, I was way over my mind, could not afford, and I settled for mismatched hand-me-down furniture. I tried to move forward with the vision the best that I could, and it came out really good. I posted it online. My friends said it was great. And even some of them asked if I can do work for them. Some even suggested that I should start a business. I challenged myself that if I could find a free piece of furniture, redesign it with the materials I had at home, and sold it within the week that it was completed, that I would start a business. I did that. I found a free piece of furniture. It was literally in the trash on the curb, ready to go to the dump. And with the materials I already had, which was a very uncommon color green, I flipped the furniture and sold it within that week, and Uncommon Redesigns was born. One of the things that I really love about Uncommon Redesigns and flipping furniture is that I know I'm doing good for the environment. Right now, furniture makes up to 10 million tons of waste each year. And my first place I look when I'm looking to flip furniture is the curb. You know, things that are given away for free that are going to end up in the landfill. Sometimes it's customers that are just trying to make a quick sell and they don't know the value of their furniture, but it doesn't matter to them. They want to get rid of the old and move into something new. Or there's estate sales or my customers' existing furniture. I'm going to go through our target audience, which is our homeowners between the ages of 30 and 65. But during the pandemic, I'm seeing renters a lot too, because they're staying home and everybody wants to feel comfortable in their home. The relaunch. So I stated that in 2016, I started my business and I did very well the first 2 years. I was able to quit my job. And then in 2018, the military moved our family to Hampton Roads. I put my business on hiatus for 2 years. And then I thought, hey, let's relaunch in the middle of a pandemic. Why not? So to go through my services, I redesign furniture. This is an example of a before and after. I have a line, a decor line called Mindful Adornments, where I do custom resin trays, custom abstract art, and I plan to expand this line. And a new line of service is my creative workshops, which I'm so excited for. It's brand new. I have a studio on Virginia Beach, and I plan to teach people how to redesign furniture, create home decor, and other arts and crafts. And I give back to the community. When Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, which is my hometown, I was devastated and a lot of people had to start from scratch. I was a small entity, but I decided that I would do the best that I could, redesign furniture, load up my trailer, drive all the way from Florida to Texas, and deliver it to those who had signed up on my website. I had so much to give that I donated the rest to humanity, Habitat for Humanity, and decided that every time I started my business, I will always have some kind of organization to give back to. My new relationship is 4 kids here in Hampton Roads. I also have a community of support called Furniture Flippers 2.0. It's a free group on Facebook. Everybody wanted to know how I was able to quit my job when I first started. So I started this organization. It's not a nonprofit, it's just what I do for fun. It's all for free. And I even started the first and only furniture flipping calculator that helps people know how to price their furniture so they don't lose money like I did the first year. So I also give away, as you can see, things for their business and gift cards. And every year we crown a flipper of the year and they get $100. So how am I going to use this $500? 170 of it will go into my furniture inventory, and I can get about 6 to 7 pieces out of that, which would give me a really big return. That's a huge return of anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000. 130 would go to marketing. I'm only doing like $20 ads here and there, and I'm seeing a really good return. So I feel like 130 I would put towards Facebook and IG, Instagram, and 200 would go to my creative workshops. It takes about $175 to host a creative workshops, throw in the PayPal fees and all of that, and it's about $200, and I get back a $550 return. So thank you so much for the opportunity to present today and for your consideration. You can visit me at uncommonredesigns.com.
Thank you, Cherie. We're going to go ahead and open it up to the judges for 2 minutes of questions. Tiffany, I'll let you go first since you didn't get to ask the question last time, and then one of the other judges can go as well.
All right, great presentation. Thank you for that. Question, so do you, if someone already has old furniture, but they want to keep it, do you they could, I guess, contract with you to?
Yes. So we have an unfinished inventory. I will tell you that's usually my high value items. I'm scouting out furniture that has like vintage value. A lot of people don't know what they have, unfortunately, and they'll sell it online for 20 and 30 and 40 bucks. And I'm able to purchase that and put it on my Etsy site in addition to my website. And specialty items like that are sought after on Etsy. Then you add my service on top. So my average cost is about anywhere between $600 and up. I've sold things for $2,000 because of the unfinished value and then my services on top. Now, if someone already has their piece of furniture like you're asking, they would do a custom request and I would tell them how much my services were. It's a lot cheaper. So my target audience is pretty open for that reason, because you don't have to spend $600. You can literally, I want to say at lowest, about $150 can get a piece of furniture that you already have, at least painted or stained.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome.
We have about another minute, a little less than a minute for another question.
I just want to commend you. Like, your presentation was on point. You knew your target audience. You knew how you were going to break down the money. Like, I loved how you put everything together. So I commend you for that. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you. I appreciate that feedback. I was hecka nervous.
You don't need to be nervous.
This is my first pitch.
I second that. I really enjoyed your presentation. It was really concise, straight to the point. You knew your audience, you knew the information that needed to be presented, and it was great.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Cherie. We'll move on to business number 3 for today. That is going to be Antoine Hines. Antoine, you can go ahead and share your screen and then let me know when you're ready and I'll start the clock.
I'm not sharing in the beginning, I'll be sharing towards the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Antoine.
All right. All right. Y'all ready? You see me? Right. I'm ready. Let's go. Hey, guys out there, don't you know there are 22 veterans that commit suicide a day? That is astronomical. That is crazy. Well, I started a veterans organization called Veterans Home Fronts, where we are superheroes inside our community. Since 2016, we've been saving lives and committing to helping them off of the streets, working with active duty veterans, working with military bases, working with all types of people throughout the U.S., working to help them save their lives. This is what we're trying to do on a regular basis. We've been doing this in the state of Virginia since 2016. Now, we want to actually shorten the process. We want to get this all together, our homeless program, as well as getting together with a for-profit organization in which we call it OMBZ. So Veterans Home Front, OMBZ. Veterans Home Front, OMBZ. Veterans Home Front, OMBZ. So here's my slideshow. So OMBZ, Housing Collaborative Incorporated. We are using this platform to actually save lives, uniting veterans nationwide in need of housing through communities, partners, as well as this digital platform. OMBZ Housing Collaborative was created to resolve the ongoing issue of connecting housing and risk of transitioning veterans with collaborative partners and vet-to-vet programs and real estate investors providing housing placement. That is you out there. You are our actual target market, investing inside property and housing veterans, from OMBZ to housing this veteran. OMBZ Housing Collaborative acts as the housing technology business for Veterans Homefront. The collaborative acts as the multiple housing portfolios for Veterans Homefront. So we're bringing all this housing together, and we're going to have to make sure we have a whole bunch of housing for these veterans as they transition out of the military. So it's not just for homeless veterans, it's for all these veterans. And currently, right now in the state of Virginia and many other states, it takes 90 days to house a homeless veteran. There are 50,000 veterans on the street. OMBZ Housing Collaborative will simply take the process of matching those vacancies in order to condense it from 90 days process to a 9-day process to 9 hours and 9 minutes, 9 days, 9 hours, 9 minutes by a push of a button. How do you gonna do that? Currently, the process takes 90 days. Like I said, I've been a part of that process because I know I was a homeless veteran on the streets looking for housing, and they helped me find housing. I did the same thing. I cried when I was able to get into housing with my daughter and with my family. On the process right now, which we are taking these families that you see on the left to the families on the right, from having veteran services in the network to OMBZ real estate operations to Veterans Homefront platform management to landlord property owners to the enterprise capital partners. Because we're not just talking about one place or two places. We're talking about apartment complexes. We're talking about community developers developing housing for our veterans. And we're in the process of doing that right now. This is a long process, and this is how you see how it goes through the whole city. But we want to make sure that we go through this process and condense the process, as you see at the end. Home ownership training for new tenants. So our veterans, we're training them to get into housing, and then we're training them to buy housing. This is what we're doing with changing, especially with our African Americans and minorities, to close that wealth gap. So this is the digital platform. We're going to streamline that process for matching prospective tenants with vacancies. This is a nationwide vacancy tenant matching database with alerts. When I say alerts, it's going to actually have the alerts for the location, the type of home, the number of bedrooms. Not only that, people, we talked about veterans committing suicide. This will be also, it'll be a green light on there if this veteran is doing good. If that veteran's not doing good, he can push the yellow light and someone will be able to text him, call him, whatever. If he hits the red light, this is where we're actually going to be making sure we're able to find him immediately and save that life. And one of his partners, battle buddies in the community, will save his life. Here are our competitors, Zillow, as well as Virginia Housing. We have it out because we're taking the nonprofit and putting it together with the for-profit organization. We're going to actually have 3 different levels, and this is how we're going to make money, from the entry level to the basic level to the corporate level. We're doing our value proposition right now, and our target market is looking at those investors as we go right now. And we already have an investor who has 191 units in the city of Chesapeake ready to go ahead. But we need to get that platform together. We need that $500. We need other funding. So this is our performer right here with a $2.3 million over 5 years. We're starting off with an evaluation and our discovery phase with this platform with $5,000. And now we just need your $500 to help with that, or even the website. This is our team, and we have me as the CEO on Veterans Home, for Natasha Cannon as the CEO on OMBZ. We have Bradley Taborn as the CTO, and we have Jim Franken. Everyone knows Jim. He's a millionaire. He's been advising us over the different times. OMBZ Veterans Homefront. OMBZ Veterans Homefront. OMBZ Veterans Homefront. Thank you.
All right, I was on mute. There we go. All right, thank you so much, Antoine. All right, next, not next up. We'll open it up to judges. 2 minutes of questions for Antoine. Whoever wants to go first.
I was trying to let ladies go first. Listen, I love it. The energy was on point. You know, I'm a veteran, so I understand. I feel your pain. I hate that, you know, we serve our country, and when we get out, we're almost forgotten in a sense. So I love what you're doing for our community because it's huge. I wish nothing but the best. Anything I can do to help, let me know. What do you think? What is What is your biggest struggle going to be in finances for your program?
Finances will be the investors. Because we're looking for the value proposition, we're still looking at asking different people on what would be the value. The numbers that I gave you was actually at the low end. So actually doing that discovery phase and actually going up, but we're also looking at being as over the 5 years or whatever like that, we've also even been told that this could be bought out by the military that can go to every military base across the US. So our biggest thing is right now starting off and getting that value proposition.
And when do you plan on launching officially?
We're planning on launching in 2021. As we get that $5,000 discovery phase, we already have an investor talking, but we want to take our time with this because over 2021, we're actually going to be doing a lot of things in the medical range to look at how that veteran is sustainable in that housing. So we actually have Centera and have different medical doctors working with us on that plan.
Amazing, good job.
We have about 30 seconds for another question. All right, Alexandria, do you have a question?
No, I don't have any questions. I've actually seen Mr. Hines present several times, so it just gets better and better each time. You know, I hear his pitch. So
that's one of our partners right there.
Thank you, Ann.
You muted yourself. Can't hear you, Verlaine.
Sorry, there we go. Thank you, Antoine. We're going to move on to our next business, which is Ernisha Hall.
Just let me know when I can be.
Are you sharing your screen?
Not yet.
Okay, so you can go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and spotlight you, and I'll start the time.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ernisha Hall. I am the co-founder of Virginia Black Business Directory. We are a directory of Black-owned businesses within the DMV with a focus on the state of Virginia. The Virginia Black Business Directory came about because I own another company, a website graphic design and branding company, with my wife. And my wife and I, we always get questions from our clients. Hey, do you know anyone that does something else? And they're usually asking for other services, whether they're asking for someone that details cars or realtor or nonprofit organization, or even someone who does embroidery. They felt comfortable asking us for that referral and getting that information for other Black-owned businesses that they could support. In addition, we are part of a lot of Facebook groups, as all of us probably are. And there was this one group that we were in called Stafford Black, and it's part of Stafford, Virginia. In that group, everyone is always looking to support Black-owned. So in that group, people will say, hey, do you know a Black-owned business that does this? From those different conversations and interactions with business, we know word of mouth is everything. So we decided to start the Virginia Black Business Directory. So one day in January of this year, we always laugh about it in my household because my wife says I start projects when she's not looking. And she slept too late. She slept until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I called one of my friends in business or my sisters in business and I said, hey, what do you think if I started it? She said, go for it. Like, cause we often overthink starting our brands and our businesses. And sometimes we just have to do it. So I sat at my computer, started the website. When my wife woke up, I said, hey, I need you to do a few tweaks to this website. And that's how we launched the Virginia Black Business Directory. Since launching in January, we have over 900 Black-owned businesses listed, with about 90% of those businesses being in Virginia. We also have a mobile app that is launched on Google and Apple, as well as what we recently did this year, and I'm not sure if you can see it, is I think my background won't allow me to show it. We launched the book, which is the Virginia Black Business Printed Directory. We are going to be printing the directory once a year, and it's going to be during our expo. So the expo that we're going to give is the Virginia Black Business Directory Expo. We just had one that was featured on ABC News last night. So I'm super excited and I'm still on a high, but we had over 100 participants, and those were nonprofit organizations, dance schools, artists, service providers, and product providers. It was an amazing event. We had over 1,500 people come in and out of the event. It was outside, we socially distanced, and some of the feedback we received was like, it was a family function. They felt like they were with family. We just had such an amazing time, and these businesses were able to receive the recognition that they didn't get in the past. So the purpose of the Virginia Black Business Directory is to ensure that the community is connected to Black-owned businesses and people are shopping Black, buying Black-owned. So one thing that I am going to share with you is our media kit. What we are using our profit from the directory to do is market on behalf of these businesses. So as we market the directory, that then brings more attention to every single business that is listed. We have had business owners say that since the directory came out, where they were once looking to close their doors as a business owner, they now can keep them open. Let me just share my screen really briefly, and I'm just going to show you some of the metrics that we have. And this has been asked of us. So as I said, the mission of the Virginia Black Business Directory is to bridge the gap in wealth by connecting minority-owned businesses to consumers, and we create network initiatives. So those network initiatives are typically going to be expos. The website last month had over 4,000 views. On Facebook, we had 42,000 impressions. On Instagram, it was 18,000 impressions. And on Twitter, we're not too familiar with Twitter just yet. We had 2,700. We've been featured in the Virginia Pilot out there in Hampton Roads, the Patch Online, and the Freelance Star. And now we can add, we've been featured on ABC News. So I would love for each of you to get listed with the Virginia Black Business Directory so we can help you as well gain exposure and visibility for your brand. And if we were to obtain this grant funding, we would use it to help market the businesses that are listed, as well as cover expenses for our next expo, which will be September 2021. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ernisha. I'm going to give you 2 minutes for the judges to ask questions.
Hello, Ernisha. Thank you for sharing that with us. How do you determine the Black-owned business? Like, what are the qualifications to be in the directory?
We actually do not have qualifications per se. We've been asked that question before. We are not vetting in terms of looking on people's profiles and pages to see that they're Black-owned, because at the end of the day, it's not about division, it's about unity. So we do have people who may not identify as Black, but may identify as a person of color who is listed. We have a woman who actually asked us if it was okay to be listed because she's white, but her husband is Black and they own a farmer's market. More than half of the people that go to their farmer's market are Black-owned farmers and businesses. So we wouldn't deny them. The goal is to unify the community while, of course, bringing awareness to Black-owned businesses. So through that process, again, just to really answer your question, we're not vetting to say, oh, you're right, you can't be in this. Because the last thing we want to do is make the community feel like we're being divisive. Okay. But I can say 99.9% of the businesses are Black. We just happen to know that.
Okay. And how do you ensure that they are like a legitimate business?
So this one thing that I believe is, what is really the definition of a legitimate business? Some people say it's having an EIN number or it's being registered with the SEC. But in my opinion, anyone who has a service or product that they can share with people that is value added, that's a business. So in some instances, we have people that one may consider a hobbyist. And those are typically our young people, our younger generation, 15-year-olds. We have a young girl, she sells bath bombs. Well, she's less, I think she's maybe 12. So she may not be registered as a business, but that doesn't mean that she can't be in the Virginia Black Business Directory, because as a child entrepreneur, this would be the first step and opportunity to have that exposure and gain that support.
Okay. I mean, well, I understand with minors, but like say they're a contractor, do you check to see if they have any like licensing or anything like that as a liability?
No, so we do have a clause in our website. On our website, we do not take liability for that. Think about the Yellow Pages. At the end of the day, we're similar to the Yellow Pages, except for we have a mobile app, a website, and a printed book. You
you can't sue the Yellow Pages if the person that you utilize did not provide excellent service. We want to hope that they do, which is why on the mobile app, you actually can rate the businesses that you utilize. If we receive any complaints or concerns about a business, they will be removed. But as far as on the front end, there's no process where we're asking for your license. That's really going to be up to the consumer to do that checking.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Blair. Thank you so much, Ernisha. That'll be the 2 minutes for questions for you. I'm gonna have Blair go ahead and introduce herself, and then we're gonna go and we'll keep moving on.
Hey, good morning, and my apologies. I had multiple events this morning, but it is great to be here with you all. I'm Blair Durham. I am co-founder and president of Black Brand. We are the region's Black Chamber of Commerce. It's amazing to see so many wonderful faces and excited to partner with Berlin and the Connect 757 to do this, wow, 4th Black Business Showcase. So again, greetings again, and thank you for being here. I am sharing our live, so we can go to our next participant.
All right, so our next person, thank you so much, Ernisha, is going to be Angel Adele. Do you need to share your screen today, Angel?
Yes, I do need to share my screen.
Okay. Blair, can you spotlight Angel?
Okay. Give me just 1 moment, sorry.
You should be able to share with no problem.
Okay, here we are. I'm having trouble on my end. I apologize. Not going into the presentation. I apologize. I'm trying to. Okay. We're gonna go. All right, sorry about that. Hi, everyone. I am Angel, and I am the owner and founder of Effie Collective. So if you see these beautiful garments here, that one that I have on, these are some of the garments that we sell, but we are not just about selling clothes. We're not just another boutique, and I'm going to show you that right now. So Effie Collective is where bespoke meets innovation, and bespoke clothing is where you're having items tailored to you, you're having items made and customized to you, but there's more. I'm sorry. So here we're going to learn about Effie Collective through this presentation. So Effie Collective actually started in 2017, but when we started as a magazine company. We wanted to focus on Black women, Black professional women in the fashion industry and who were doing innovative things throughout the community. Well, my partner and I decided we had 2 different visions for the company. So in 2018, we decided to split. I bought out her share of the company. And then I decided, let me go back to my true love. I've worked in retail for over 15 years. And during this time, I've learned so much about how a lot of women are not getting their needs met in the current retail industry. So we'll be launching Effie Collective on its website platform in October 26th, this upcoming Monday. So who are we? So what I have always had to address working in the retail industry is what am I going to wear today? Women come in for a special occasion or to add something to their clothing, to their wardrobe, and they're trying to find out how it fits into what they currently have and how to wear it to best fit them. Well, I've had to deal with this issue, and I know that this is an ongoing problem in the retail industry. You have so many service providers who say, hey, this will be pretty on you, this will be pretty, but oftentimes we come back and what we have pieces that are pretty much, we're trying to make it fit into our wardrobe, and we have to give off a certain demeanor when we go into a boardroom, into our businesses. We have to have a certain demeanor on certain days, and other days we can be more lax. So what do I do? What do we do? Well, what we do is we set up custom appointments for the professional woman at her place of business or her place or her home. And we go and we bring some of the items that I have here. We'll bring some of the items that we have pre-screened that she may like, and we show those items to her. We take her measurements, and then we set up a customer portal for her. And through this customer portal, she's matched with the stylist. The stylist then goes in and they helped her to find out many of the different items that she will want in her closet, what she already has in her closet through the closet audit. And we go forward from there, building her a wardrobe that she can change out many items. And we also show her how to wear those items. Purpose: to simplify the professional woman shopping experience and curate a wardrobe that makes her proud. Mission: Effie Collective makes fashion-forward professional tailored clothing for professional women and style them. That's our mission. But our vision is to create and sell quality fashion-forward, environmentally sustainable clothing and create unique, seamless e-commerce and brick-and-mortar shopping experience. So I want to add a little bit more that I actually want. I'm going to leave this here and play this while and stop the share, excuse me. Okay, so I wanted to add a little bit more. So I wanted to talk to you all about how we are planning on adding businesses to Norfolk. So Norfolk and this, in our industry, retail industry, we see the malls are going under. People are saying e-commerce is on a 129% growth in 2020 alone. So how can we add businesses to Norfolk? Well, with this business model, it's not about just going from taking a person out of their home into a store, but since we're going to a person's home, it allows each person that comes into this business to build relationships with individuals. And so that part creates different people to access their sphere of influence. And so this business model is all about getting individuals in the door as independent contractors to go and connect with people and show them the service that we have available. And I will also explain that the $500 would be spent in the production of a series of videos of how to style, and the other $350 will be spent on optimizing the website. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Let's go ahead and open it up to the judges. You have 2 minutes for questions.
Do you think COVID's going to impact anything that when you launch?
So I do have a why now page. So because of the 129% growth in the e-commerce retail industry in year 2020 alone, it will not impact our growth. I've had a lot of questions about luxury retail and some of the higher end quality. Well, a lot of the people who are still working are those who make over $150,000 per year in income. So therefore they have more discretionary income to use towards being able to utilize these services. Thus, we're able to optimize our product offering to where we can also help other people who are needing to utilize this service as well. And we can also customize our pricing.
And then what sets you apart from your competitor?
I have no competitor in this industry with this product servicing. My main competitors are going to be Lafleur. My other competitor is going to be Everlane. Many of the people that would buy the clothing at my price point, Nordstrom. Many of the people that buy at my price point are going to use those services, but they have been struggling because they have already been established in their current company models. Me starting now in 2020 gives me the ability to expand my services, to optimize them, and to change quickly. So I have set up an agile, innovative service to where I'm able to change as the trends change. If everybody decides they want to go back to work and make it and not work from home anymore, I am able to change on a dime.
Good. Okay, cool. I like it.
We have about 30 seconds if we have one more question.
Are we able to see a couple of your pieces that you have, or?
Yes. So I'm currently wearing one of the pieces here. This, oh, excuse me. So this is one of the pieces. It comes with your buttons and then the matching pants. I have the blazer. This blazer dress. So this acts as a blazer. It also acts as a just a dress, or it can be layered in different pieces. For the winter, because a lot of people are going to be out, I have your Mongolian lamb coat here. This is the cropped version, but I do also have the longer version that comes to about right here. I'll try this on for you. So you have that piece here. And I love this piece with this jersey dress with the split. This is part of my holiday collection. A lot of people are going out this holidays, even though they're not going to work, they're still going out. So I decided to add some pieces to go out in. I do have a couple of more pieces here. I think I'll leave that for right now.
Yeah, due to time, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on. Thank you so much, Angel, and Blair, for the transition for us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So a quick moment just to recognize our sponsors before we continue. A huge shout out to Newport News Economic Development, as well as the Newport News Commissioner of the Revenue. Thank you so much for your contribution to the Black Business Showcase to ensure that this can continue. Also, if you would visit Black Brand's page and share the live video, that would be wonderful. Again, this is all about exposure for these business owners. Visit the Black Brand page. It's blackbrand.biz. No, it's not blackbrand.biz. Facebook.com/blackbrandbiz, and share the live, share the live, share the live, share the live. And then from there, we will go to business number 7, Miss Lauren Ely with Simply Financial Solutions.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Again, my name is Lauren Ely with Simply Financial Solutions. We are an emerging full-service financial company. We focus right now primarily on credit restoration as well as life insurance. So we really stand in the gap to educate individuals about the power of credit and using credit as an asset. In my other business, Simply Relief Virtual Solutions, I found that many of the business owners that I was working with were still asking me financing questions. So my background for over a decade has been in finance, working for banks and working alongside nonprofits. So I saw a need for education around how we view credit and also how we view our finances as a whole. And so from that, I birthed Simply Financial Solutions. So actually, I will present my screen because on October 1st, we launched our website. Can everyone see that? So we launched our website, simplyfinancial.com, and wanted to structure all of our efforts around making the concept and idea of credit simple. So as you see, it's credit simplified. I don't want to overcomplicate finances. A lot of times people use a lot of different jargon, and, you know, people say, you know, they look at Credit Karma, they look at all of these different options to view their credit. They find when they go to get an approval for something, things are sometimes different. The number that they see is different from when they went to try to apply to get a home, that they went and tried to get a car. And so understanding the difference between Vantage scores and FICO scores, and the fact that there are different sets of FICO scores out there. So we keep things very simple and making sure that our clients understand a healthy credit profile and what that really is. And knowing that beyond even credit, how do we then use credit to leverage and help us create financial freedom? And so in our efforts to be a full service financial service company, we also start that training and coaching around our finances, so that we move also into the long term and the legacy building. We know that only 38% of minority communities use life insurance to transfer wealth, as well as 37% of minority communities use it to leave a legacy. And so a lot of it is about that mindset change and that shift in our reasons for purchasing life insurance, and how we use it, and how we can use both credit and life insurance to create a healthy overall financial profile for the individual, and therefore hopefully get them to financial freedom. So my last slide here is just our contact information. I can be reached by our website at simplyfinancial.com. You can leave us notes, messages there, as well as our phone number, our email. You can reach us on Instagram at Simply Financial, and you can also text 31996. It's dreams, DREAM $, to get more information about our company.
Can you try and share that again? Because we couldn't see your screen. Can you try and share that one more time?
Of course.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh, perfect. I'm sorry about that. And so I'll go to the previous. I don't know if you guys were able to see the website.
Thank you for bringing that back up. Was that the end of your presentation? Can we start questions from the judges, or did you have something else you wanted to add?
No, you can feel free to ask questions.
Okay, so you can leave that up, or you can go back to yourself, but we can go ahead and open up questions from the judges. 2 minutes. Do any of the judges have questions?
If you were to win today, what would you do with your funds?
As we are just getting started, I would definitely want to use the funds to provide either a scholarship opportunity for individuals to use our services, as well as some marketing.
Perfect, thank you.
Other questions? Okay, awesome. So thank you so much. We will go on to our next presentation. Business number 8 is Angel Horowitz with A Joyful Creation, LLC.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I'm Angel Horowitz, but my last name is actually Joy. So that's where A Joyful Creation came from. Even though my creations, I do balloons. So even though my creations are anything but simple, my actual goal is very simple. I just want to spread joy through my balloons. I know this world is a little bit crazy, especially now. And if I can brighten people's day just the slightest amount, I'm happy with that. I actually started this business in July, so I'm very new. My mom has been doing balloon decor and twisting for about 19 years now, and she's been trying to get me to do it for literally years, but I was never on board. And then once quarantine hit, I was like, you know what? I have all this time. Like, there's literally no reason for me not to learn something new. I like a challenge. And to top it off, I have a nonprofit as well. So, you know, it was kind of a nice thing to be able to make some balloons when I need to and not have to contract it out or force my mom to come down here and help me. So it just kind of started, and then I ended up loving it, and it just took off from there. So I make a variety of things. I can do, like you see behind me, I have Jack and a little picture frame going on here. I can do arches. I can make little stands that can be delivered to people, especially last minute. Some of those things are pretty easy. Just a variety of things. You know, my goal is to work with each client individually and find out what they're looking for and try to customize it so that it's special to their needs, whether it's an event, a delivery, whatever it might be. I just want to be able to be challenged and give you what you want. I mean, it's pretty simple, to be honest. I will share my screen really quick. Can you guys see my screen? All right, awesome.
Yes,
So first, I wanted to show you guys my mom, because this is us. We did a wedding last year. So like I said, she was really my inspiration to start. And honestly, she's been so helpful with me learning how to do everything, because I call her pretty much every other day. So just wanted to pop her on there real quick, but I did want to show some of my work as well. So A Joyful Creation, that's my business. This I made yesterday for a birthday party. Some just random stuff that I've done. I love delivering things and seeing people's reactions and getting pictures of just how surprised they were when they finally see the finished product. The cool part is a lot of people will just kind of give me a general idea of what they're looking for, and then they just let me run with it, which is extremely, extremely fun, challenging, learning something new every day. But those are all different items that I've done. I mean, that's very, very limited, but you know, it's been a really, really interesting ride. And it's just, you know, in this world, you never know what someone's going through. You never know what an event needs, especially nonprofits. So for me, you know, my main goal is to work with especially parents and businesses, because a lot of those demographic will need some balloon needs, whether it's just to add a little pizzazz to an event or whatever it might be, just to add a little something special. And then if I did win this money, you know, since I just started off, I don't have the biggest inventory right now. So I would love to have a full inventory of balloons to where if someone needed something last minute, I can just make it for them really quick and not have to charge them extra for expedited balloons or anything like that. Or if I know someone's having a bad day, I just have a bunch of balloons that I can put something together, drop it off real quick and put a smile on their face. Same thing with nonprofits and businesses. Let's be honest, everybody's a little bit last minute nowadays. So just want to be able to have the inventory to be able to provide the services that are needed at the drop of a hat. So like I said, my business is pretty simple. I just want to spread joy, and that's how I'm doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. You can find me on A Joyful Creation LLC on Facebook, Instagram, and my website.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You had me at the baby one. That was pretty, almost shed a tear for that. It was too cute. But so For you, you said you didn't want to do it for the longest time and then you loved it. So would you go back and start it earlier now that you found out it was a passion?
I think I would. You know, I love being challenged, and especially with balloons, it's something different all the time based on people's needs. And just everything's changing so much too, especially with COVID. So the balloon world, what it looked like 5 years ago, has changed so much by now. And it's been cool because I've seen my mom like start and level up. So I do wish I would have started earlier and done the same thing as her.
That's awesome. I'm glad you finally got into it, and I'm glad you loved it because that makes a difference. Loving what you do makes a big difference. Not we're doing this because COVID and we had to make money. I will definitely be using you for my stuff. So I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think you did a great job. I love the creativity. My daughter was over here like, Mom, get her phone number. So definitely appreciated your presentation. Good job.
Thank you.
She got the stamp from the kid. We're good.
Awesome. Other questions for Angel?
Thanks, everybody. Happy spooky season.
Oh boy. Thank you. All right. So we're going next to business number 10, Dapper Luke, LLC.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for having me on. Thank you to the Black brand. Thank you to Connect 757. I am the Dapper Luke. I am the brand. I am the individual. I personally am a designer, blogger, and kind of fashion guy all around is what I try to do. So definitely shout out to all my fashion folks out there. The Dapper Luke brand launched in 2012. From that point, I was a model, a blogger, did radio show, did all things fashion to really kind of learn and hone in on my particular fashion niche. So my niche is custom suits. I do custom suits for men, women, children. We also do coats. For the most part, I retired from the Navy January of 2020, and I started my own Dapper Luke collection. We launched our spring summer collection, and I went international with my collection in Algeria. The plan was to go from Algeria and hit 5 additional countries, but as you're well aware, March, COVID really hit, so I had to come back home, kind of reevaluate, kind of re-strategize, and really just kind of focus on the brand. So for the last few months, that's what I've been doing. October, I did the very first virtual fashion show here in Hampton Roads at the Hermitage Museum. That was a partnership with RVA Fashion Week. And as we kind of move into the rest of the year, my intention is to go to Tanzania and Ghana to showcase my collection for their fashion weeks. In January, I'm going to be opening a larger location, what's more like a retail location. I currently have an office showroom in Virginia Beach, but I want to also be able to do kind of retail. Even though we are kind of challenged, I still feel this is a good time to really get in and kind of expand your business if you can do that. 2021, we want to do 4 international fashion weeks, and we want to do 2 more seasonal shows, maybe a virtual show. Hopefully we can have folks actually at this show, but I work on that right now. With this investment, I'll use it to kind of join in some of the fashion shows that are going to be coming up. One thing as a designer, you have to constantly put yourself out there and kind of put yourself in shows to kind of stay relevant and also see what the trends are. So I definitely would use that $500. I was invited to be in New York Fashion Week in February, and I could definitely use that money to kind of get entered into that event. Overall, I just want to make sure that I am putting out a quality product. I love suits, but the one thing that's unique with Dapper Luke collection is we do colors you don't normally see in your retail stores. I think you can be professional and still use amazing colors with fashion and professional looking suits. That's what we try to push. So I'm actually down here in Atlanta right now. I have some clients down here. I'm down here. If you are familiar with Slutty Vegan, they're doing a grand opening today, and they're one of my clients. So we're down here trying to push the brand and hopefully expand. Hampton Roads, we have some amazing designers, amazing businesses. Let's put them out there and make them international. That's what I want to do.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Dynamic. What questions do we have for Mr. Luke?
Luke, thank you for your service. I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to get out, find something to do, because it's tough, when you're in the military, transitioning out and finding something you do. So I definitely appreciate your service. I'm excited for you. I know we're supposed to get together for my son, who's an event host, so I definitely want to get his custom suits together. I'm excited that you started internationally. You went big, um, and that's pretty impressive. Most people think small, you're thinking big. I love it. I What would you say first, I love that you're doing different colors. I'm a color guy. I love bright colors, so I think that's already setting you apart. But other than that, what else sets you apart from other people who do what you do?
So I will say the international thing, you know what? I am fortunate in that I had a mentor. I think anyone that goes into business, mentorship is very important because my mentor kind of put me in the light of, you've been doing this for 6 years, why not do an international show? And, I never thought about it, but, kind of having that mentor that will push you is definitely very important. And then on top of that, I think the quality and also what I'm bringing. I'm bringing a unique eye. I actually, for my spring summer collection, I flew to Bangladesh, went through their markets, and I picked each and every fabric that you see in my collection. So I'm through the military and just kind of getting out of my comfort zone. I know what it's like to get in there and really kind of bring a unique perspective. And hopefully that's what you're going to see in my collection. You're going to see, like I said, unique colors, unique patterns I picked out myself. And again, it's still going to be a very professional suit in every way. So.
Luke, I'm not judging, but I need to see some of your pieces.
Okay, I can definitely do that.
Thank you.
While you do that, did you ever think, you would get into this business?
You know what? So the one thing that I will say is when I started as a blogger. And then I became a model, I became a stylist. And then I really, kind of saw that I really love to design as well. So for me, I think someone earlier said, you got to get into business. And once you get into business, you start to see other opportunities and things that you love. So that's what I've really been able to do and able to see is that I really have a love for designing. So I'm just going to show you a few pieces. These are some of my women's suits. So this is one of my green. This is my fall collection. So it's going to have your earth tones. This is a single-breasted women's suit. Then I have the same color, but this is a double-breasted version of the woman's suit. Unique lining on the inside, everything, again, picked out by myself for the suits. This is some of my men's collection. So this is, again, another earth tone. This is a double-breasted suit for a man. And then we have the exact same colors, but this is going to be your 2-button suit. Also for a man. So this is a part of my fall collection, which is available and it'll be on my website here really soon once I update it.
What is the size range for your collection?
So for me, everything that I do right now is custom. So a lot of the pieces is based on you specifically. For the fall collection, those suit sizes are, if you go by size, I did sizes 4, 6, 8. And then I also did a kind of plus size for women as well. So I want to make sure that I kind of encompass everyone in my collection. So basically, when you see the collection, if you like it, I would bring you in, I would get your measurements, and we would make that particular item custom to you.
Do you think that the military, or how would you say the military helped you with your business?
Oh, the military, the military did a few things for me. First and foremost, it gave me structure, right? When you get out and you're in the business world, one of the things that you have to constantly do is have a structure, have a goal, kind of, what am I doing? You just can't wake up every day and just kind of wing it. You have to have some type of definite structure. And one of the things that I also kind of find myself doing is I'll bring up sayings we used to say, like, managing expectations. Like, that's one of the things you have to do when you're dealing with custom. You have to let folks know up front, hey, this is our timeline, but it may be affected. So you're letting your customers know up front, this is what we'd like to do, but also this is what the reality is, especially in a COVID environment right now. So managing expectations, being on the same sheet of music, having goals, having a structure. Definitely the military taught me those things.
Cool. So with that said, I appreciate everything you're doing, but something for everybody. Just think of your jobs, if you have one, as your first investors and as your first resources for things. It's not a job. Think of it as an investor because it changes your mindset with everything. And if you can think that way, now you're not hating it as much because now you're like, okay, this is my first investor. I'm gonna get more after this. So just remember, like, learn from where you're at. Just like he said, we learned in the military structure. Structure is key in business. So that's just my piece of advice. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. Good luck to all of you on the actual event today. Amazing collections what I've seen so far, and I'm inspired. So thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was great. We're going now to Miss T. Wilson with Pink Collar Cares. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm excited about this opportunity to speak with you about Pink Collar Cares charity. There is a nonprofit organization that I run, and it started back in 2014. I was a substitute teacher down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I noticed the conditions that the children were arriving to school. Very critical conditions. The children lacked the hygiene essentials that were necessary to arrive to school, clean and prepared to learn. That really spoke to my heart. During that time, the children were preparing for their 5th grade promotional ceremony. They had teachers come ask me to look through lost and found items just to pull out something nice for the children to wear. I remember how big of a deal a 5th grade graduation is, and it was just really gut-wrenching. So I created Pink Collar Cares charity. It's a nonprofit for children. We provide hygiene kits such as this to children in need all throughout Hampton Roads and beyond. The cool thing about this package is that it fits into their book bags when we go to the schools to present and talk to them. Our mission is very simple. It's to encourage positive self-image in today's youth. I decided with that love that I had for the 5th grade students to stick with them. 5th graders are so important. They're the seniors of elementary school. They are preparing to go off to middle school. It's a lot of things that they have to deal with. As they are maturing, we're doing our part by making sure that they have these essentials that are necessary to make sure that they arrive to school properly clean, prepared to learn, and that they begin to take some sense of accountability for how they leave their house, how they present themselves in class. There are tons of children, and I've witnessed it firsthand, that are withdrawn from participating not only in class lecture, but also in social environments due to not having these essentials. Each kit contains soap, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, washcloth or sponge for a little girl. I know it seems very simple. We are all blessed when we run low on these items. We can go right to the store and replenish it. There are tons of children in this local area right now that cannot do that. I go to different schools and speak to them. I've had first-hand conversations and encounters with children that say they didn't have any of these contents in these kits. It seems very simple, and when we get all hands on board to help, it really changes the dynamics of where these children are going in life. Through COVID, of course, we've had our challenges because I typically go into the school to present and haven't had the opportunity to do so. So in the meantime, what I've done is team up with local agencies that have been supplying food and maybe even monetary resources to families in need, and just contacting them and seeing, can I tag on a kit to go home with the children as well? And that's been successful. We have donors that support us, not only through monthly donations and giving through Cash App or PayPal, but also through Amazon wish list. People can donate. We have local couponers that have, they can get these things in bulk and for a good deal, and they like to donate as well. People that just think about us while they're out shopping. There are tons of ways to support and give. The thing that I like most about this charity and this journey with it is that it showed our ability to give on our own personal level. I didn't have the resources necessary to make this boom as big as what I anticipated. But what I did was I started on my level. I reached out to family and friends, and from there, we've just been building. This year, our goal is to provide 500 kits, and I just did the numbers. We are over 400, so we are definitely on task, and it's a blessing with COVID. The $500 would help this organization so much. It would allow us to place 100 kits in the hands of local children in need. They are in need. Schools are still calling me, asking me, not only can I give the hygiene kits, but additional resources. So I'm just trying to do my part. I love teaming up with people that are giving away school supplies and coats, but believe me, there's a lack when it comes to the hygiene essentials. So I'm happy to just be here and present Pink Collar Cares to you all. Hopefully you can go visit us online, pinkcollarcares.org, or Instagram or Facebook at Pink Collar Cares. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and open up questions from the judges. So 2 minutes for questions.
I feel like I'm being a mic hog. Listen, I appreciate what you're doing for our kids. Our youth need that at such a young age. This is where we help them build their confidence. So I thank you for that. Um, how much is 100 kids? What is it going to take to help you reach your goals?
So it runs about 500, around $500. I always look for deals. When I say always, I'm always looking for deals. For example, this kit right here just looks a little different. This is actually like a pocket pouch. And because the children are at home and a lot of parents didn't buy these, I went to Walmart and just got them all. I hit up like 4 different Walmarts. So I have tons of these now. So that's going to help balance us out from the traditional ones that I have. Each kit, I now have it used to be $14 because I was just buying it one by one. I have it down to a little over $5. So it's great. And like I said, sometimes when I can find good deals, that's going to help us. Since I have tons of pouches now, I can move on to deodorant. Deodorant is so hard. I cannot get it less than $1. I mean, and I can go to Dollar Tree, I can go wherever, but I can't get it less than $1. So we're looking at, when I do 100 kits for children, that's $100 just going to deodorant alone.
Okay. I'm gonna go on your social media and share. So let's see what we can make happen.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Other questions?
Hello. Have you looked into like the stores that sell or online organizations that sell in bulk quantity?
Yes. Yes, I have. And normally they have a lot of good resources for nonprofits. And since I have my 501c3, I have to register with them. So I do bulk donations as well. I do. I get those. I can get pallets from Good 360. That's an excellent site that I go to when they have the different pallets. Sometimes I'm able to add on shampoo and conditioner, because sometimes they have like different things that I can get on sale. So yes, I typically try to get them in bulk, unless somebody contacts me, like a school that just contacted me last week. If I don't have time, I'll just go to the store if there's a family in critical need. Outside of that, I try to get it in bulk as much as possible.
Thank you. We have about 30 seconds. Was there one other question? Alexandria, did you have something you wanted to ask quickly?
I don't have a question per se. I just want to say what you're doing. I really, truly appreciate it, giving back to the community. Have you found any agencies that you're able to partner with?
Thank you. Actually, there is an agency that I've been trying to team up with. I put on a online virtual camp. I tried to team up with the Hampton Roads Community Service Board to try to reach as many children that they have. Also a foster care agency to help out. There's a new agency in Newport News that I'm teaming up with. As they have their different sessions, we'll have these kits in the office readily available for whoever needs them.
Okay, I think I'm gonna put my contact information in the chat. So you'll have Milestone that will partner with you as well to help.
Thank you so much.
That is what it's all about.
Thank you.
So we're gonna take another break before we go to our last group. And with that, I certainly want to recognize our sponsors. Milestone Mental Health Agency is a proud sponsor of Black Brand. Thank you so much, Alexandria. I also want to thank Norfolk Economic Development, as well as Bloom Co-working. Bloom Co-working is a brand new co-working space in the city of Portsmouth. So if you are considering co-working, certainly want to check out Bloom Co-working through Portsmouth Partnership. All right, let's go on to, oh, a reminder as well. I see, thank you, Luke, for sharing the live. If you would continue to share the live, share it into groups that you are a part of as well, so that these business owners can get the exposure that they need. Going now to Miss Tanya Rollins Shadley with Malik on the Move. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon, everyone. I can get started now? All right.
Absolutely.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tanya Rollins Shadley. I'm the proud warrior mom and founder of Malik on the Move. Now, Malik on the Move is a nonprofit that I started about a year ago. We received a 501c3 status in December of 2009. And that also brings me to my why. My why is my son. That's him displayed there on or behind me, Malik. He is a very bright and talented, handsome, loves to dance, differently abled little boy. He's now 13 years old. And I say differently abled, some label as special needs, but we like to coin the term differently able because we still get it done. We just got a different way of getting it done. So again, we received 501c3 status back in December of 2019. Happy Merry Christmas to me. And we are able to provide resources and information to families of special needs children and the caregivers. Now, when I started Malik on the Move, it started out as a way of me just being able to share people about what was going on with us with Malik. We keep him very active in the community. We keep him, at events and carnivals in the park and the movies. And I had a lot of families just saying, wow, how did you find out about information? Or what did you, find out about that event and that kind of thing. And then I had other questions that would come about, okay, so what do you do when you go out and your son's drooling and someone's asking questions? Or what do you do when the child comes up and says, what's wrong with your son? I said, okay, Tiny, this can be a teachable moment, because when I make those opportunities that come when I'm in the store or, I'm outside at the park and a child says, well, what's wrong with your son? There's a way of helping them to understand. It's a teachable moment because they're only asking questions because they want to learn, right? Because it's something new to them. Maybe they've never seen a wheelchair before. Maybe they've never seen a child in a wheelchair before, maybe only an adult. So I take that opportunity to work with that child and introduce myself and my son and make that a moment to kind of break it down to them on their level. Like when he was little, he had a boo-boo on his brain. So now he sometimes needs help for you to remind him what to do. So do me a favor, give him a high five and tell him, Malik, can you swallow for me? Malik, they say it. Malik swallows. All right, high five. Boom. There's a teachable moment. Now, not only have I taught that child, but the parent who is closely listening by. And oftentimes I have a lot of parents thank me because there's like, I didn't know what to say in that situation. I was going to pull them away. And I'm like, no, it's totally fine. I'm an open book. And again, these are teachable moments. When they don't have that exposure to differently abled children, you have to help guide them in that learning process to understand and celebrate those differences. Now, one of the things that I wanted to also go with you all over is, again, the resources that we like to provide for the family. Some of the things that we're doing, I organized a special skates event because of a partnership with the Haygood Skating Center. We were able to utilize their skating rink and bring our kids in their wheelchairs, in their gait trainers, or that's what we call their walkers. And imagine having a child who's 14 years old and has never skated before in their life. But then there's an event that says, no, bring your child's walker, put them in some skates and watch your baby go. Put your child in their chair and let them roll down on the skating rink in their power chair to give them that independence and make a real moment. And if you've been experienced that as a parent with your child, we had many tears that day. I'll just say that. A couple of the things that we have in the works, we have 2 children's books that we're working on right now. One is called Special Shakes, which is what we coined my son's seizures, as a way of helping him to understand, my younger son to understand what the seizures were and how serious it was, but to take a little bit of the scary off. So we coined the term Special Shakes. And then also we're working on a book called Differences. Some of the future things that we have in store is we want to do a puppet show. We're in the process of creating a puppet that's going to look like my son Malik, to help take into daycare centers and learning facilities to help teach children about differences. Transportation services, we want to someday be able to have a fleet. We've recently achieved a wheelchair accessible van for our son after fundraising and things to get him a wheelchair van. And I know that is something that a lot of us families need help with when it comes to finances, because they do not cover that when it comes to insurance. Now, if Malik on the Move was to be able to receive the funds, it would go directly to care packages for our families. We want to be able to give care packages to those families so that it keeps them connected, a way of them maybe not having to cook dinner one night and they could just enjoy a movie. So popcorn, whatever their favorite snacks are, because we do have differently able children who not are all able to feed by mouth. Some are tube fed. So being able to get the Ensure or the specific things that they need to go into those care packages for that night of fun for the families. Things like virtual scavenger hunts where we can connect with one another, and also in conjunction with the support groups that we now do 2 times a week. We meet virtually with the other families so that we're able to have an opportunity to share resources, information, because you'd be surprised in just casual conversation of how someone would say, oh, I never heard about that. How did you get this? I never heard about this program. What is this waiver? And then being able to share that information with one another and all the families that we impact. So Malik on the Move began because of my why, which is my son, Malik. But my continued why are all the families that we're able to impact on a daily basis. So as we say, let Malik on the Move get you on the move. Thank you.
Great job, Tanya.
Thank you.
Questions for Tanya?
First, I'm like emotional right now. Like, you touch my heart. Listen, I love that you're educating the kids when they see something they're unfamiliar with, because I feel like they need to know so that they're not rude down the road, because they just don't know. So I definitely appreciate that. Whether you win or not, your next skate party or event, your flyers on me. I believe in you. I want to see Malik move. So I'm here for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, you touched my heart. So congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
Hello. Great job. Yeah. Question. So do you have programs where you go to the schools and try to do like inclusivity or awareness about these different, about Malik on the Move?
Well, right now, what we're doing is not so much in the schools because of everything's going on. So we're doing a lot of things virtually, and we've been doing outside community events, because the whole thing is we're trying to help encourage families to not stay indoors with their loved ones and with their differently able children, but actually encourage them to get them out and about into the community, go to the events. And because a lot of families oftentimes get discouraged because they're worried about the questions, they're worried about the stares, right? And so they oftentimes stay in the house and just stay in their little bubble. So we try to get them out in the community. Now, the piece with the puppet show and the children's books and things like that, those are the things that we're trying to now partner and get into the school system so that we can make that learning gap, not bridge that learning gap there with that exposure with Malik on the Move as a nonprofit, but also with the resource and information from the books and the puppet show. Because there's like songs and everything. I'm in the process of writing the show right now.
All right, great, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your why. Thank you for sharing the information. It really touched me. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to actually send you my information as well to try to see how I can assist.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So real quick, when your book's done, I want to print the first 10 for you.
Awesome.
Paperback book, I got you.
Okay, most definitely. Thank you.
Ready, let me know.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Raul with R&M Body Oils LLC. Are you ready?
Go ahead, unmute yourself, Rahul.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yes, hi. My name is Raul Israel. I am the owner and CEO of R&M Body Oils. A little bit about me and my company. I started this company almost 20 years ago. I started out on the streets in which I just, walked around neighborhoods, caught the bus and stuff like that. 5 years into this, I realized the benefits from it, so I started wholesaling to your stores. Some of your stores that I deal with are your Tiny Giants, your 7-Elevens, BPs, Happy Shoppers, Exxon, Shells, and so forth. I sell to over 1,500 stores from Union, New Jersey down to Pensacola, Florida. My why for getting into this is I was just looking for an opportunity in which I could benefit myself and my grandkids and those that come behind me. What our company do as well, we take 10% of our earnings. We do feed the homeless, we do clothe them, and we do provide housing for them. I'm also a sponsor of a local reporter here. You may know her, Rhoda Young Live. We sponsor her. I love doing this. For getting into this, a lot of people get tired of wearing watered down body oils, spending their hard-earned money, and just to see that their products doesn't last long. Well, I got into the game and I decided to go overseas to find something that was well worth it. I have beaten out some of your local suppliers. I won't mention their names, but you know who you go to. I have become the #1 supplier, not just in the Hampton Roads area, but across the board. Man, I just can't even say no more. I'm just awesome. I'm thankful for the position that I'm in. I love to see Black businesses get together, and I also want to thank Black Business Showcase for giving me this opportunity. I just can't say no more. I'm overwhelmed. I'm a little nervous. I don't know why, but I am. The reason why I have become the #1 supplier, and I'm going to show you this right quick, and I'm not going to hold it too long. This is our oil right here. This is our displays that you may see into your local stores. But our quality oils, I'm sorry, I'm covering the camera up. This is our quality oils. This is water. Oil and water do not mix. So as you can see, that's pure 100% uncut oil. This is the grade of oil that they use for some of your high-end brands perfumes. I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with any of these top designers. This is just our version of it. We also we help women and children as well. We help them find housing, not the conventional way. I know some unconventional ways of getting properties. And I think that's about it. You know, if you Google body oils, you'll come up with R&M Body Oils as the #1 supplier. Thank you, Black Business Showcase. I appreciate it. And what I would do with the $500 if I wanted is maybe pick 5 people out of this group and donate $100 to them each. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Thank you. What questions do we have for Raul?
What was your biggest challenge, or what has been your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge was when I first started going into the stores, Happy Shoppers and stuff. When I first started going to them, I had to show them the difference between the quality of oil that they had and the quality of oil that I was bringing to the table. But finances was a problem at first because I started this business only on $30. That was my only biggest challenges. But once I got into the door, it just snowballed from there.
That's amazing. I like it.
Any more questions?
I don't have any questions. I just would say congratulations to you. You seem to be able to market and you hone into, you know, one particular product and you have seemed to master that product. So I would say to you, congratulations, because a lot of times, oftentimes what entrepreneurs do is they come in and they're all over the place, don't know where they want to go. And you seem to pick a specific target group. So that's pretty good. And you seem to have mastered that.
Thank you so much. And also I want to say we have went worldwide.
Fantastic. Well, if there are no other questions for Raul, we will go to our final presenter, which is Mr. Christopher Burton. Christopher, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. I think so. So
awesome. Welcome.
Is there a time limit?
There is. At 5 minutes, we will mute you.
I won't be talking for 5 minutes, that's for sure.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm Chris Burton. I'm based out of Newport News, Virginia. I run a company called the Global Branding Agency. We specialize in apparel production and sourcing for our initial niche was independent entrepreneurs looking to basically start apparel brands. But we also do printing for nonprofits and big companies as well. So that's kind of my background. I'm going to start my pitch now. I just wanted to give y'all a little history. So here we go. So as we reflect on the year 2020, one notion will likely ring true. It sucked. I mean, honestly, even before some unknown virus forced us to socially distance, a flaming political divide had already began to prompt us to either delete our Facebook or risk losing the love we held so dearly for our favorite cousin or aunt growing up. This divide hasn't stopped at just individuals either. Even big corporations are beginning to learn that the consumer's access to information is leading to brand practices and values being exposed at an all-time high. As millennials and Gen Z consumers become more conscious on the impact of consumerism, over 60% of this demographic stated they prefer to support a business that not only shares their own values, but also helps to facilitate customers getting involved in social issues. With millennials and Gen Zers quickly becoming the most affluent market in the world, legacy brands are having a challenging time communicating their values with this group while attempting to erase a lineage that contradicts their message. Based on my analysis of this activity, I'm introducing a sustainable brand that has been established to explore innovation through the marriage of premium quality goods, product distribution, and the creation of digital media content. The brand, which will be labeled as Put On, is defined by sharing any form of knowledge, support, or resources in order to fuel another one's dreams. In conjunction with this definition, Put On will be led by a mission to donate up to 10% of its profits toward charitable causes. This fund will be called the Experiences Make a Difference Fund. Our initial impact area will be to focus on covering the individual fees for college applications and GED tests for people in need, with 80% of those funds going to people in the Hampton Roads and 20% in Southern California, two of the brand's most significant markets. By eliminating an initial barrier to educational advancement, it is believed that this would not only have a positive impact on the individual, but the greater community as a whole. Now, some of you may wonder, how do you plan to sell your products? What is so innovative about another startup brand, or what are you even selling? To enter the market, Put On's first product will be an adjustable wool hat, uniquely manufactured to provide the consumer with an early 1900s vintage fit. To further differentiate Put On, a creative team has been established to develop an in-house marketing department focused on producing original content that will engage our audience, grow our network of buyers, and nurture brand affinity directly within our consumer base. Some characteristic that details our target market include Gen Y and Z, currently ages 14 through 40, male and female, interested in a part of urban culture, sports, and streetwear, favor supporting independent and minority-owned businesses that invest back into their communities, seeking enlightenment towards becoming financially responsible, investing, starting businesses, political views likely liberal, independent, or apolitical. By focusing on this niche and keeping our marketing endeavors in-house, Put On will be able to deliver a narrative that shares the same language and value of its consumer base, a feat that big brands are still struggling with today. So like I stated, my name is Chris. I have over 5 years of experience in developing startup brands and bringing products to market, mainly for other businesses. The lead fashion designer on our team, her name is Veronica. She has worked with me on nearly every product I've ever brought to market, and she comes with a BA in fashion design. And so that's it. If anybody has any questions, just go ahead and ring them off.
So who exactly is your best customer?
My best customer, I would say, I think we're going to reach our consumers mainly through, I would definitely say digitally through social media. But with that being said, the way we are going to engage them is by producing, content that from like a news network that gives information to even like comedy skits.
Who's that target though? Like, what's the age you're targeting?
So 14 to 40. Gen Y and Gen Z. They're interested in a part of urban culture, sports, and streetwear. Like I stated, they favor supporting independent and minority-owned businesses that invest back into urban communities. It's an individual who is, who is hoping to become more aware of investing, starting a family, and things like that.
Do you feel with your gap being so big, 14 to 40, that you have to have different messages because it's harder to talk to it's different to talk to a 14-year-old and a 40-year-old because the messages don't, they have to be different to engage them.
I mean, I definitely see what you're saying there. The reason why it's 14 through 40, because that's the most active market, on social media. Right now, that demographic spends about 60 to 70% of their time on social media and about 2 hours actually watching video content. So, and I mean, with information being so readily available, like the idea of investing and starting businesses is matriculating down to the younger generation even faster. So you have 12-year-olds, you have 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds starting businesses, becoming aware of investing and things like that. So I do believe that they will be able to pick up the message.
Okay, cool.
You can take one final question.
Okay.
Awesome. Chris, thank you so much. It is time for the judges to deliberate. Judges, you have your space where you're going to be doing that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to kick it to Verlaine for a few announcements relative.
Okay, so a couple things we want to be mindful of. Go ahead and share your information in the chat so that you guys can connect and network through here as well as Black businesses. So you'll see the chat, it should be on your right-hand side. Share your information, your website, and your social media handles and how people can connect with you. We've heard today several organizations are going to be working together, and that's the focus of what we do is making people more aware of what's going on in our community, as well as the businesses that are right here. So go ahead and share your information there. Secondly, we want to make sure you do share the live video on Facebook so that people can go back and view it as well. If they weren't able to join in today right now, they can always come back and see it. It will be on our Facebook page. So make sure you're sharing it with your audiences too. And then lastly, the Connect 757. Again, I mentioned we are the premier social networking organization. So we have several events coming up. Tomorrow we have our monthly book club. And then next week we have several events leading up to Halloween. So we have pumpkin painting in the park with Open Norfolk on Monday. On Thursday, we will be doing Spooky Spirits with Sexy Tenders bartending services. And then on Friday, we'll be doing Netflix movie night with Name It Virginia, and that's another organization that focuses on diversity and inclusion in the communications field. All right.
Fantastic. Thank you, Verlaine. I just want to announce one event. Our next event is this coming Wednesday. It is an annual conference that we produce in conjunction with the city of Norfolk. Norfolk's Department of Development in particular. It's our Focus on Finance, Focus on Funding event. So I know that many of you here because you're looking for avenues to expand your companies. It is a virtual event. There are 8 different funding streams that will present. We also have a presentation by a CPA who's focused on obviously small business accounting. So I certainly want to welcome you and invite you to attend that event. I'll post the information in the chat. It looks like the judges are just about done. Oh goodness, it's going to be a close one. Bear with us. Okay, I see information in the chat. Thank you. Mm. All right, the judges have spoken. Verlaine, you want to do the honors?
I just get so excited. I also want to say you guys did amazing today between the presentations, the energy. I know for a lot of you, this was like your first time pitching, doing anything on this platform. So it can be very nerve-wracking. I completely understand that, but you all did amazing. I do want to say that. And thank you for even, betting on yourself and taking the time to present on your business. And so, okay, let's go ahead and just announce the winner. So our first place winner is going to be Miss Cherie Williams from Uncommon Redesign. So congratulations, Cherie. I'm trying to look at who the runner-ups are. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. That is the first place winner. Let me see who the runner-ups are.
I can't tell just yet either.
Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, so the runner-up we have here is going to be Angel Horowitz with A Joyful Creation LLC. And she will be receiving a $100 credit with Innovative Twist. And then third place, 1 second, let's confirm. Judges confirm. Okay, so confirming the third place is going to be Angel Adele with EFA Collective. I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I apologize. So those are our winners for today. Again, Cherie Williams, Angel Horowitz, and Angel Adele. And Angel Adele will be receiving a $50 credit for Innovative Twist, and Milestone will be donating kits to Pink Collar. Okay, so congratulations to all the winners today. So exciting.
Awesome. And again, a huge thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Norfolk Department of Development. Thank you, Newport News Department of Development, Bloom Co-working. We appreciate your sponsorship and support of these events. And I want to echo what Verlaine said. Wow, your business has really touched my heart today. Thank you so much for your presentations and the energy that you are giving, the work that you're doing. So awesome. With that said, we will announce the next showcase soon. We already have people asking, when are you doing it again? So we'll announce it soon. Thank you all. Thank you to our judges as well. We appreciate you.
Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye, congratulations.
Bye.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
You.
Bye, everyone. Thank you all for a wonderful experience.
I
You're
will
welcome.
shirt and those pants. Oh, that is too fly.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Josh. See you. Have a good weekend.
You too. See you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you, sir.
OMG, I'm so excited for my girls. Like, you don't understand. I'm over here like, yes!
Uncommon Redesign.
That's Cherie. She went early, her presentation. Oh my God, this was great. This is so exciting. I'm so excited for everybody.
Wait.
Everyone did so amazing.
Live stream.
Oh my God, that was on there too. I'm so excited though.
Still recording. Okay, cool. So
You're still recording too? That was on live, me excited, like, oh my God, my girls. Oh my God, that was on there.
Uncommon Redesigns with an S.
Yes, she went, I think, second.
Show her website. I'm on it now.
Oh my gosh, that was so awesome.
Presentation.
She, oh, I'm recording it, duh.